Kenya as a state is also signatory to the UNCRC. We are there to ensure that the best interest of the child is taken into account. Also, the African Charter and the welfare of the child. We are also ensuring that whatever is in the charter is implemented in the country. And all these instruments, we have already domesticated them in the Children's Act 2001. The child-based desires and demands are also fundamental, and the legal aspect of it, where all of us as practitioners look forward to it. In the achieving of the best interests of the child, we are looking at the child protection system as one which is looking entirely on a child.
There are some notable differences. The EU directive, as mentioned earlier, is legislation that will be binding across most EU member states, and it will become enforceable through local and regional courts. I'd also like to highlight at this point that this is also a dedicated children's rights document dealing specifically with the procedural rights of children in criminal proceedings. The benefits of looking at children's rights from a comparative perspective is by far from unidirectional. I think there's plenty that Europe can learn from Africa when with the Children's Rights Directive, because as I said, although the Children's Rights Directive has already been agreed, member states of the European Union still need to transpose them into local laws.
There were traces of informal adoption, or what I will otherwise call open adoption, that were practiced in Africa. And mainly, unlike the legal adoption, the present legal adoption, it was to put people much more together than separating them. Adoption. How can we use the kinship adoption as a pathway to the legal adoption? One thing you acknowledge with me that the procedure of adoption is usually very, very long and somehow expensive.
That it is hard to reconcile the punishment of an offender and the caring of their dependent children. It is evident that the parental imprisonment has adverse effects on their children, and the fact that no government institution is charged with the responsibility of taking care of children of imprisoned parents, this makes them very vulnerable. The police, who are the first to come into contact with these children, have no systems in place to ensure the safety of the children if the parent must be arrested, being left alone. And I think there was someone who talked about enhancement of the Nyumba Kumi aspect of the approach that we're using, because that can easily save our children who have been relegated to poverty and to adult suffering.
When we are contributing to overcrowding in prison, most of these people are also suffering because of the health challenges that result from overcrowding in detention facilities. We know that our facilities are overcrowded, and diseases such as TB are easily transmitted across different detainees. Most of the people at further risks and marginalization. You are not a criminal, but when you've already served within a week behind bars, things such as arbitrary arrests should not be conducted in a free, just, and democratic society such as ours. We must strengthen institutional mechanisms and also stakeholder collaboration, because all these initiatives, all these good things cannot be done by one institution alone. We need to invest in social security, job creation, and social amenities, because, for example, the person who is arrested for taking a short call on a side street, if you invested in a public toilet, that person would not have had to go to a side street.
These last 3 days have witnessed intense exploration of the needs of children in our justice system. We live in a society that is increasingly broken. Children stand at the very heart of this broken society. It's a phenomenon playing itself increasingly across the globe, and we believe that as Africans we have had very strong traditions and institutions that will cover us up to such vulnerabilities.